Hey, if you have a house in Springfield, Ohio, and you want to sell it quickly for cash without making repairs, cleaning everything out, and dealing with a long, drawn out process, this is the video for you. My name is Steven Solomon, and since 2013, my team and I have been buying houses right here in Springfield, our hometown here in Clark County. And in this video, I want to walk you through why so many homeowners choose to sell to us directly instead of listing it with a traditional buyer who may need a mortgage, inspection, appraisal, or bank approval of any sorts. We make the process simple. We do it by buying in as is condition. That means you do not have to fix the property. You don't have to clean it out. You don't have to haul away the unwanted items. And you don't have to spend your weekends trying to get the house ready to sell. There's no contractors ripping you off and no repair lists. There's no showings. There's not 100 people looking at your property, snapping photos while you're not at home. There's also no open houses to where your nosy neighbors can pop in and pretend that they're interested in buying a house when really they're just nosy. They just want to come in and look throughout the home. Also, there's no last minute projects just to make sure the house is acceptable to someone else. If there are things you don't want, leave them. So grandma stuff is in the attic and it's been there since 1972, or you have a junk drawer that's something else. If you have a garage that's filled with trash and you haven't opened up the door in a couple of years, that's perfectly fine. We'll take care of it. And that is one of the main reason that people call us. They want a simple sale without turning the house into a second job. The reason why we can keep it simple is because we buy with cash. We are not depending on a bank loan. We're not waiting for a mortgage company to give us a thumbs up. We are not asking a lender for approval or for them to talk about the conditions or anything like that prior to closing. This is important because traditional sale can get complicated very, very quickly. A buyer using a mortgage may need inspections, repairs, financing options, and an appraisal. An inspector may come through the house and create a long list of problems. These are electrical issues, plumbing issues, roof concerns, old windows, foundation cracks, and then cosmetic repairs. Things that may have not bothered you for years can suddenly become negotiation points for the buyer. The buyer may ask for repairs, they may ask for a price reduction, or they may need more time. Even worse yet, they can just decide to walk away completely because they got cold feet. Maybe they stayed up the night before watching TLC and then they're going to go buy their first house and make it beautiful. But 3 weeks into it, they decided that they're way in over their head. And right before closing, they decide it's time to give up this dream and move on to something that's in better shape. So even if you get past all of the inspections, the appraisal can still create problems. If the appraiser does not like the condition of the property, or if the house does not appraise high enough, the sale can fall through in the late process because that's really the last thing that's needed before closing. And honestly, this is hugely frustrating and it wastes time. And when you're selling a home, time matters. Every extra day you own the property, that means you are paying more utilities. You're still stuck paying the insurance. You're paying the taxes. You're still paying for maintenance. Ultimately, you still just got a headache. It also means your money is still tied up in the house instead of being available to you. So, with us, there is no realtor commission, no required repairs, no showings, no open houses, and there are no buyers' banks controlling the timeline. So, if you have a house in Springfield, we will be happy to talk to you and explain what your options are. You can call or text me at 937 915 3737, or you can visit us online at comfortlivingbuyshouses.com. We are based in Springfield and we buy houses throughout Clark County, including Springfield and all the nearby communities, be it Enon, be it Northampton, be it New Carlisle. We've been doing this line of work since 2013. We've worked with hundreds of homeowners who wanted a simple, fair, direct, no pressure way to sell their home. When you reach out, the conversation is very easy. We ask you a few questions about the home. We ask about your situation, and we ask what kind of closing timeline works for you. Some sellers need to close fast, and that's perfectly fine. We can typically close in as fast as 7 to 14 days. Other sellers may need extra time. Maybe they're moving. Maybe they're dealing with probate or divorce. Maybe they are cleaning out a family property. Maybe they just don't want to be rushed. And all of those things are fine with us. Because we buy with cash, we can work around your schedule and set a closing date that makes sense to you. Our goal is not to pressure you. Our goal is to give you a clear cash offer and let you decide if it works. Unlike a lot of the other folks who are claiming to be investors, we are not a call center. So we don't send out a million texts. We are right here in Springfield, Ohio. And also, we're not some out of state company that's pretending to know the area. We know the houses, we know all the neighborhoods, we know the repair that these older Springfield houses often need. And we know that sometimes the easiest answer is not listing the house and fixing it up and hoping everything goes perfectly. Sometimes the better answer is to sell direct as is for cash. So if you have a house in Springfield, Ohio, and you want to sell it fast, avoid repairs, avoid commission, skip the haul out, and keep the process simple, give us a call at 937-915-3737 or visit us online at comfortlivingbuyshouses.com and request a cash offer. My name is Stephen Solomon with Comfort Living, and I look forward to speaking with you.